Good evening, everyone. I'm so glad it's Monday. I'm so excited. We are going to be making a double door Christmas swag. Well, actually swags because it's a double door. I have made the first one. Let me give you an eyeball on what that's going to look like. Here is the first one. Now, the secret to doing a double door is getting the wreath to look, the two swags to look very, very similar. Now, I know because of the way the greens fall, you can't have it exactly the same, but we're going to do our very best to make the first one and the second one look similar. So let's get started. I'm going to keep this in front of me so I do my best. Now, the first thing I start with is just a piece of greenery. I know this plastic, I should have taken it off earlier. Makes so much noise. All right, and when you first get these, they are so boring and dull and flat. I mean, you think, what in the world can I do with that? But what we're going to learn to do is to fluff it and then add things to it. Now I'm going to cut this off. There we go. All right, let me see if I got this. Just need it to fit over top of this thing. There we got it. All right, so there's that. Now we're going to do several things. I'm kicking something. Part of the greenery. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take off the pine cones up here. And we're going to put them somewhere different because the pine cones are going to be in the way of our bow. So we're taking those off. And I'm going to put it over here because we are going to use it. And then I'm going to just bend the branches out and fluff them so they aren't flat against the board, so they won't be flat against the door. You know, your board is going to be very similar to your door. So we're going to get all of these. Now, I'm not going to lift them too much because we're going to be putting things on top of this. So I don't need to get too much lift with this. I want to get some, but not a lot, because we're going to be putting some things right on top of this. So I'm going to go down the column here and do our best to get this thing so it looks lively. All right, I'm going to go over here and do the same thing to this side. Breathe some life into this thing. All right. Pull this one up over here, and I think we're good. Okay, so that's already starting to look lively, isn't it? All right, so now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our next piece of greenery. Let's see, which one am I taking? Let's take this one. Now this one too has pineapple, has berries and pine cones on it as well. So we're going to take those off. Whoops, didn't cut it. Or spread them out. Now you'll notice it's got a long stem on that. I do not need that long stem. So I'm going to take my, I guess these are bolt cutters, and put this right here and squeeze tight and cut that off. Now I'm going to take I think I'm going to spread it out first. A little bit anyway. When I put it on there, I'll spread it out some more. But let's try to get some of these. see there's some berries and a pine cone. It's a flocked pine cone, so it looks like frost or snow. I'm gonna fluff that out that way, fluff this one out this way. All right, see, it's already starting to get a little more life to it. There we go. Now I'm going to take my zip tie and I'm going to go underneath the basic frame here, the basic stem. Put this here so I don't drop it. Let's see if we can find that stem. Here we go. Put that under there. And I'm going to take this one and put that one on top of this one, making sure that I catch some branches along the way so it doesn't slip out on me. Stick this in here. Actually, I think I'll stick it under that one. All right, and then I'm going to make sure I have this exactly where I want it, and I'm going to pull this very tight. Before I pull it all the way tight, I'm going to make sure it's sitting right where I want it. Okay. All right, now I've got that pulled tight. And so the bottom part doesn't flip-flop around. I'm going to put one down at the bottom, a littler one, just for support, not really keeping it too tight, but let's see if I can stick this under here and get this up here. Pull it tight. All right, now that's not going anywhere. All right. I've got that on there. Now we cut off, if you remember earlier, we cut off some, throw this away. We cut off some pine cones, so we're going to put those back on. I'm going to put some hot glue. Now I remember, let me get my eyes working here. I remember that on the other one, oops, I put this stem on this side. So I'm going to try to put this one over here as well. All right. Now we have some get this off of here. There we go. All right, I've got some berries on this as well. And we're going to add some more berries. These are different kind of berries. And this also has a pine cone that we can use. So we're not going to cut all of this apart. Here's mine. But we're going to use some of it. So, let's see if I can cut this one. Oh, it was a little tougher. All right, so now I want to use, I'm going to use this one. I want that piece. Don't want any of that. I want that piece. And I'm For sure I want this piece. Now let's, I'm going to put this to the side because we may want that later. All right, this one has those frosted grapes on it. Berries are, so we're going to put some more hot glue on here. All right, and we're going to stick this over underneath here on this side. And you wiggle it around a little bit just to make sure the glue touches things that you want it to touch. Then we're going to take this one. This one is a bigger one, so I'm going to put that one down toward the bottom. So I'm going to put some glue on this and stick that down here by the bottom. All right, and since these berries are a little bit heavy, I'm going to stick a little bit. Oh, my glue gun's decided to be out of glue. Stick a little bit more glue down here just for security. I don't know how many of you use glue guns, but you have to be so careful. Yesterday when I was making the other one, I burnt my finger. All right, so that one goes there. Now, let's see, I need one more. Didn't I cut one more? Let me see. Oh, there it is. All right, we're going to put this one, put some more glue on it. All right, we're going to take this one and we're going to stick it over here on this side. Okay. Make sure that's stuck. All right. Now, let's see. Now we want to stick a little bit of holly in here. So I'm going to cut off some of these. One. Oops. 2, 3, 4. I think I only used 4 on the other one. I'll go ahead and cut these other 2 off. We'll see how many we need. All right, so now I'm going to take some of these and I'm going to stick them in here as well. So I'm going to take my glue and put it on the tip of this. You know, I always wondered how in the world you use that little bit of glue and it holds this thing together, but it does. To me, it's amazing. Okay. I think I'm going to cut this one a little bit smaller. There we go. Put some glue on this one. I'm going to stick this one underneath here. Okay. And we have this full one, so we're going to stick this one on the other side. Probably shouldn't be holding it over that. All right, now we're going to come over here and we're going to put this one on this side. Oops. All right, we have 3 more. Let me see if we need 3 more. No, we need 1 more because we only have 1 on the other side. So we're going to take this one and put it over here. All right. I think we'll put one toward the center here. I don't think that's all we're going to need. So I'm going to cut this one shorter. And put some glue on here. You see me twirl my glue gun, it's because I'm trying to get all these strings to drop off before I put things in here. Alright, let's see what we've got here. Now the last thing, as far as, I don't think I want to use that. The last thing as far as greenery and berries and such that I'm going to use, I have some leaves here. I forget what you call these leaves. They're real fuzzy. I'm going to put these in and out and around just a little bit. So let's stick one right in here. I want them to show just a little, not a lot. And let's see, here's another one. There's two in my hand, there we go. So I'm going to take another one, and we're going to stick this right inside here. It just gives a little bit of another color. Come on, string. All right. Let's do another one. Stick this one over here. Alright, I've got 3 of these left. I used the bigger size on the other one, so we want to make sure that it shows about the same. And they don't have to be exact, but you want them to look like they belong together. So we're going to stick this one right inside here. I may have to trim one of those holly leaves. It looks like it's, whoops, looks like it's sticking out more than the one on the other side. And let's put one right here. I've got one left. All right, let's put this one over here. There we go. All right, now, don't like the way this one is sticking out. I know what I'll do. There we go. Now he's not sticking out. Okay, now let's add our balls, our Christmas balls. On the other one, see, this is what we're trying to match right here. Whoops, that was supposed to be on the other one, I think. All right, this is what they're supposed to look like together. So we need to add 1, 2, 3. There's one underneath, whoops. There's one underneath here, but I'm not sure that we need to put one there because it doesn't really show. So let's at least get 3 on there. So let's see, we have a red one down this way, And all I did was take regular ornaments and put glue around where you would usually tassel it, put your hanger on it. And then I just take this and I bury it into something that it will stick to. Ouch. There you go. So we've got one there. Now we're going to take our glue and we're going to do the same thing, put our glue around so it touches stuff. Alright, so I'm going to stick this one, let's see, we're going to stick this one over here. And if you remember, I said they can look similar, but they don't have to be identical. Well, and that is very true. So this one these were side by side on this other one, but we may decide we want to put in even more than that. So let's check this out. There's one on the other side. We have one of these over here. See how high up it goes? I think it goes about here. Alright, and I'm going to take another red one. I don't know if the bow will cover this one, but we're gonna put this one up here. Alright, now let me look. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, and a pine cone. Alright. Now let's add our bow and then see if we want to add something else. I do want to add this in there. This is a leaf, an extra leaf that was sticking to the other one. Alright, because this needs to go over here on this side. There we go. Alright, now we're going to attach our bow and then see what else we think we need to do to it. So here's the bow. And I'm going to put this bow right up here by the hanger. The other side of this bow. Here we go. Alright, I'm going to stick this through here. And I'm going to stick this. This gets really tricky. Okay, let's see now if I can do this. Alright, so there's our bow. Now I'm going to get it tight. And I want to make sure I get the bow where we want it. I don't want to get it too tight. Alright, let me trim that off. Alright. Let's put our bow up where it belongs. Okay, so now let me hold it up to this one. Remember, we want these to be side by side on the doors. We need to cut this straight. No, I think it's about the same. So I'm thinking they look about the same. What do you think? I'm thinking maybe we need to put something else down here. Let me get where is it? I have this. I didn't use this on the other one, but this looks plain down here. So let's take a piece of this. Get this thing off of here. Well, actually, maybe I'll leave it on there. All right, let's do this. Let's try this much. I can either stick this one in here, or I can stick this piece in there. Maybe I'll stick that piece in there. Let me cut this smaller. We don't need this much in there. So I'm going to take my, I guess these are called bolt cutters, and cut this off. Got it. You have to be muscle man to do this, you know. Alright, so now I'm going to put, oops, tag here. Probably ought to get rid of that. Figure out where it's attached. Here it is. There we go. Alright, so now I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to put it along this stem. Alright, and I'm going to stick it right underneath here. Oh yes, it's definitely better. And I wiggle it to make sure it's touching enough places that it's not going to fall out. Oh, I think that much better. Alright, and I think, trying to decide if we want to put another, no, I don't think so. We really need some more berries in there. Where did I put those berries? I think it needs more berries right here. Let me put some glue on this. Alright. Let's see if I can find a place to stick this little sucker. Oh yes. Very nice. Ah, very nice. All right, since I think we've used everything we have except this one little piece of holly that I don't think we need, and we're not going to use any of these leaves, so I think we're good. I really don't think it needs any more ornaments. Maybe one right there. Let's try this little red one, because I don't want to overdo it. That's a gold one. Yeah, let me try this. I'll take it out if we don't like it. Because I think it needs something right here. Oh, for sure. Oh, perfect. Just look at that. Turned out lovely. Make sure that dries. All right. Now we have more balls, but I really don't think it needs any more. No, we've got one hiding here. Here, here, and here. One under there, and then there's one under the bow that really doesn't show. Okay. Let's look at both of these and see if they look similar. I know they don't look the same, but do they look similar? Would you put those on a double door front door? What do you think? I think it's looking pretty nice. And I think we've covered all the places. Well, that was fun. I enjoy doing these kind of things, and I hope that you enjoyed this too. Let's just use our imagination. Put these on either our front door or the front door of someone that you know that has a double front door, and see if you can just picture this as popping on their front door at Christmas time. I do hope you've enjoyed this. I will have these in my shop by either this evening or tomorrow morning. And if you are interested, please let me know. Let Etsy know, and I'd be glad to ship those out to you right away. Remember, every Monday night, 9 o'clock, I can't wait to see you. God bless.